the thought of him being replaced killed a lot of the audience, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not just, a pirate type movie. It is comical. It is kind of
action adventure-y.
Right.
It has a lot of mix into it.
There's no real genre, I feel like, this movie has.
More, I would say fantasy more than anything.
Yeah.
But I've read reports online that they're thinking about doing a 5th and 6th one of this series. Here's a question I'm throwing out to you because you're a huge Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow fan. Do you think it'll get to a point where it is too much, where the Jack Sparrow character gets too... What's the word I'm looking for? Just gets too ridiculous. Yeah, overused. And do you think they're... Or could they go on for, like, a Friday the 13th and have, like, 12 movies in one franchise? Or do you think...
I'm not so sure because people are very crazy about movies. I would love to see them. But then again, you have to ask yourself, is the story just going to get so prolonged in so many movies that people are just going to keep watching them? They're going to eventually forget and be like,
They're going to get bored.
Right. Like, I hate to bring this up because I love the whole idea of it, but Final Destination, you're seeing less and less people go because they're like, okay, it's the same thing over and over and over again. But this movie isn't. It has different plots, I guess. That's multiple movies that I would love to go see. They have, 7 Harry Potters or something? 8?
8, I think. We're going to be talking about that later.
So, eventually it's going to
it's going to run its course. But I'm going to make a connection between Scream 4 and Pirates because I think if they stop now with the Pirates and say a couple years down the line and do another one, I think that would be good. Because Scream 4, here's the tie-in. Before the Scream 4, this came out in April, I believe, in 2011. The last Scream 3, took place in 2000, the year 2000. So there was an 11-year gap in between 3 and 4. So when 4 came around, this old Scream fans were excited. They wanted to see it again and wanted to see the characters back. So I think if Disney took that idea and say about 10 years down the road do like a 5th or 6th or even 7th one, that I think the old core fans of Pirates would be more excited than they would if a 5th one came out next year or something like that, you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, at least make it 5 years, I guess.
Yeah.
Just to give it enough time to dull down and then...
Because you don't want to get too far and people are going to forget. Because I think that's what Scream 4 happened with. It got so long that people forget about it, and then when they see a commercial for it, they're like, oh yeah, Scream 4, there's another one. So I think that would definitely work for Pirates.
The only thing that was bad about being 11 years apart, you forget the beginning storyline.
Unless
there are going to be parts that you forget and just you can't make the connections in the next movie. And when something big happens and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
So I mean, 5 years maximum, that should be it.
Right. But at the same time, some movies explain well, because there's an 11-year gap. And in the movie itself, there's a 10-11-year gap in between the two movies. And they did a good job of explaining what happened in between that time, what happened to everybody. But the only thing that kind of you risk with is how quickly the main characters come back together. Because they've been apart for so long that why are they back all of a sudden?
Right.
But ironically enough, those are 4th of the series. That's weird. But would you be looking forward to a 5th one of Pirates?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Would you rather have it be next year or say 5 years down the road?
Probably only a couple of years because I think it's been quite a while since they came out with another one anyways.
I think that was it. I think it was the beginning of 2011 when that came out.
Right, and it's already been at least 1 year, so maybe only 2 years.
And I think that's the issues of movies that they always bring back every year. It should be a couple years gap. For me, I would give Pirates a 4-star rating just because it's a funny movie. It's a very enjoyable movie. I don't think you'll ever be disappointed of seeing it. But at the same time, was it the best one in the series so far? No, I think the first one was the best. But how would you rate Pirates 4?
I'd probably rate all of them, at least 4.5 and above.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I like the series, They're not cheesily done.
I'm just going to go by these two real quick. Scream 4, 11 years, like I said, since the last one. The Ghostface Killer's back. And actually, have you ever seen Unfabulous on Nickelodeon?
No.
You have? Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. I don't watch.
Well, the star of that, Emma Roberts, is a co-star in this. The cast is very well done. Hayden Panettiere, is that her name?
Hayden Panettiere?
Yeah. Is that her name?
Yes.
She stars in this movie as well.
Really?
Yep.
I enjoy her. She plays Heroes.
She's a really, really good. She does a really good job in this movie. She really does. But I'm not going to get too much into it. It's a very good movie. I'm a huge Scream fan. What did I rate this? Hold on. I rated 3.5 stars because, just like Pirates, not the best one in the series. Third one was my favorite. And then here is Just Go With It. Stars Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler. A weird combination, to say the least. Basically, the movie is Adam Sandler's character asks Jennifer Aniston to pretend to be his wife or divorced wife or whatever. They ended up going with Adam Sandler's new girlfriend to Hawaii, and it's a really funny movie. Recommend that. I rate that, again, 3.5 stars. Now let's go on to our least favorites real quick. My least favorite, which I know is one that you liked, I don't want to say it's your favorite, but you liked, was The Roommate. I rated that 2 stars, but...
I mean, I didn't...
It wasn't your favorite, but
it wasn't my favorite, but it was okay.
You enjoyed it, though.
Right.
The reason I didn't like it was just seeing it. What's
right.
new? I don't know if this was a remake of any other thing. I don't remember. Okay. Let's just move along with The Roommate. One more for least favorite, at least for me, was Straw Dogs. I don't know if you've heard of that or what.
No.
I don't even remember what it was about because it was that bad. I watched it and I got to the midpoint of it and I had to shut it off. It just didn't excite me. It didn't catch my attention. And for Straw Dogs, 2 stars, if that. I mean, that's a high rating for me at least. So let's go back to being nice because we were doing good with that. Quick recommendations for anything?
For 2011?
Yep, any of these movies or movies we haven't talked about.
Nothing that's been turned into 3D. How about that?
I guess we have some time real quick to talk about that. This past year, and then going into this year, which was more overabundance of them, Lion King 3D came out in theaters in 2011.
Yep.
And we were talking off screen about this, and there will be a future episode about the effect of 3D movies. That'll be a very fun episode, I can tell you that. But The Lion King, one of the most beloved Disney movies of all time, if not the most beloved. That's my opinion, arguably. They turned to 3D, Kayla. Why?
Probably just to rake in some more money because it's a classic. And the whole thing with 3D, if it wasn't shot in 3D,
it shouldn't be in 3D.
Right. So, I mean, when they redid the Titanic and put that out in 3D, it's gonna suck. It's not shot in 3D.
Right.
It takes more time to make a non-3D movie 3D and make it good quality. It's not gonna have the same effect as one like Final Destination that was shot in 3D.
I'm gonna go both sides of the fences here. Like for Lion King and Titanic, I know Titanic's in 2012, but let's put that in the conversation here. Here's, I think, in my opinion, a good way for making it 3D, because 3D is today's generation of movies, correct?
Right, but people also don't want to pay $15 to go see a movie they saw back in their childhood that I have on VHS.
But at the same time, bringing a 3D into today's generation, making these two movies classics, arguably, Titanic and Lion King, does that bring in a new generation who probably didn't see it the first time around, and now it's in theaters in 3D? That's every movie nowadays. Does that bring in a new audience, the people who didn't see it in 94 and 97 when they both respectively came out?